Pandemic and associated lockdowns were such a common thing that majority of students in the academic year 2020-21 were not able to attend the school physically, and they were so stressful, as a result of which CBSE rationalized the syllabus for the academic year 2020-21. On the same pattern, now on the 5th of July 2021, CBSE has again come up with some new guidelines for the academic year 2021-22, that is this academic year, for class 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th. Myself, Rajiv from myetutors, is discussing those guidelines, and I am discussing how those guidelines are going to affect your academics, your examinations and your assessment. Stay with me, I would be right back. So let's start dissecting the guidelines. So now very first thing is that CBS has come up with a special scheme for class 10th and 12th student. They have fractured the academic year into two parts. The first part they have designated as term 1 and the second part they have designated as term 2. Now the term 1 end examination would be held on November-December 2021, that is this year end, and the second term end examination would be held on March-April 2022. So these are the two dates of examination. They have also mentioned that the syllabus is also divided into two parts, and it is approximation that 50% syllabus would be included in first term end examination and the remaining 50% would be in the second term end examination. Now, approximation means that suppose there are 15 chapters in a subject, then it would not be like 7.5 chapters in first term end examination and 7.5 chapters in second term end. It can be like 50%, approximately 50% means that 8 chapters in say first term examination and remaining 7 chapters in second term end examination. And they would be basically releasing a rationalized syllabus for class 10th and 12th examination, and very shortly they would be rolling out, and as soon as that syllabus is rolled out, I would be doing another video to explain you how that rationalized syllabus would influence your academics. And they have mentioned that for class 9th and 11th there is no change in the syllabus. The syllabus is same as they have uploaded on the website on 31st March 2021, and link for that syllabus is, you can find it in the description box. Next, let us talk about curriculum transaction, that is how the students would be promoted from class 9 to 10th or maybe class 11 to 12th. So according to CBSE, they have clearly mentioned that for class 9th and 10th, term 1 and term 2 end examination would be conducted. Other than that, internal assessment is also an important part, and this internal assessment for class 9th and 10th is basically based on 5 criteria. Those are, first is minimum 3 periodic assessments, second is student enrichment, third is portfolio and project activities, fourth is listening and speaking activities, fifth is projects. So these 5 criteria are important for internal assessment of class 9th and 10th. Similarly, for classes 11th and 12th, term 1 and term 2 and examination would be conducted. Other than that, internal assessment would be also taken care of, and the internal assessment would be based on 4 different criteria. First is unit test or topic and test, second is projects, practicals, and the last and the most important thing is explanatory activities. So these are the 4 different activities on which the internal assessment would be done for class 11th and 12th. Now let us talk about the term end examination, both term 1 and term 2 end examination. The papers for class 10th and 12th would be from CBSE. The term 1 end examination would be an MCQ based examination, and in this examination majority questions would be from case based studies or assertion reasoning type, and this examination would be for 90 minutes, and the questions would only be from the part of the syllabus which is allocated for term 1 end examination. That is the most important thing, that you have to go through the syllabus of first term and those questions would be asked in the examination. Similarly, the term 2 examination would be a subjective one, and it would be for 90 minutes, and the questions would be like long answer question, short answer question, very short answer question, case based questions, or situation based questions. So these are the types of questions that would be in the examination. Both term 1 and term 2 and examination would be carried out at the specified centers allocated by CBSE, and it would be in the presence of an external examiner. So this is the examination, how the examination would be conducted for class 10th and 12th. But for class 9th and 11th, it would be, the examination would be conducted by school authorities. For the assessment purpose, CBSE has come up with 4 different scenarios. The first scenario is that if both the examinations, that is term 1 and term 2 end examinations, are conducted successfully for all the students, then the final assessment would be the average of both the term 1 and term 2 end examination. So this is the first scenario. The second scenario is that, say, term 1 examinations are not conducted, say there is some lockdown or something goes wrong, and that term 1 end examination is not conducted and only term 2 end examinations are conducted, then term 2 end examination would be given more weightage and internal assessment would be added into that, and accordingly the assessment would be given. The third scenario is that if term 1 end examinations are conducted successfully and term 2 end examinations are not conducted successfully, then internal assessment plus term 1 end examinations would be the criteria for awarding the final assessment. The fourth scenario is neither first term end examination nor second term end examinations are conducted. In such a scenario, the internal assessment would be used for giving the assessment of that child. So that's the reason that internal assessment is very important. Hey, if you are new on my channel, then subscribe to my channel. While subscribing, don't forget to hit the bell icon. And while hitting the bell icon, make sure that you select all notifications. You can follow me on different social platforms. And this is Rajiv signing off. Thanks for watching this video.